to another episode of The Budgeted Collector. Prepare to go subatomic as we take a look at the Ant-Man movie Marvel Select action figure. Ant-Man is a very well-known character in the comic book universe, but as far as him being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you'll be hard-pressed to find a moviegoer who really knows anything about him. Edgar Wright was originally attached to the project, but later dropped out over disagreements with the studio. But after rewrites and a few little things here and there, we were still treated to a fantastic origin story about a new character named Ant-Man, played by Paul Rudd. The detail of this figure is fairly screen accurate, with a few exceptions. The ribbing on the side of the costume is missing, as well as some of the LEDs that run along the piping that go around the character's chest and neck. It is very well sculpted and painted. As I've mentioned before, one of my biggest issues with the Diamond Select Marvel toys is that they tend to over-exaggerate the character's build. Now, this one, not at all. You can clearly tell that they decided to model it directly off of the actor Paul Rudd as opposed to an over-exaggerated comic book character. The figure itself is rather sparse as far as accessories go. It does come with 4 additional hands, 2 for the left and 2 for the right, and one accessory that I really enjoy. It is a 1.75-inch version of Ant-Man, and it looks great. The detail on this small little toy is just as good as it is on the 7-inch figure. The miniature Ant-Man looks great on its own or next to the actual figure. Posability for Ant-Man is okay. There's only about 9 points of total articulation, which means you don't have many options to display this character in. The hand sculpts are easy to take out and put back in, and do feel like they're going to stay in the sockets and not fall out. One thing I will say with regards to accessories is Disney Store has an exclusive version of this Ant-Man character that comes with an additional head sculpt of Scott Lang, otherwise known as Paul Rudd. But if you don't purchase the Disney Store exclusive, it's not like you're missing out on much. You have the character with the iconic Ant-Man helmet, and so it is easy to display and looks great. The joints are a bit stiff, but not to the point to where it's cumbersome. As I said, there are only 9 points of articulation, and so you're not going to be posing this figure in too many different ways. Ant-Man, like the rest of the Marvel Select line, retails for $24.99 and can be found at any local comic book store. It's a good figure, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's for everybody's collection. If you're a fan of the movie or a fan of the character in general, it is a great budgeted collectible. But if you're not really big into the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Ant-Man, you might want to pass on this one. That's all the time I have this week. Please follow me on Instagram at The Budgeted Collector and on Twitter at Budget Collector. Support your local comic book shops and be passionate about the things you love.